Hello everybody, today I'm going to discuss on the topic disaster management. Disaster management, the term is derived from a French word meaning bad or an evil. Disaster, it brings a misery or distress among the people. Severe and the disaster management is severe and sudden in nature. And some of the types of disaster management are geographical and climatic. And geographicals are earthquakes, landslides, and some of the climatic disasters are floods, droughts, cyclones. So here today we'll be discussing few geographical and few climatic types of disaster management. So the first disaster is the floods. Floods are situation where the river overflows, it banks and the water spreads the surrounding areas, resulting in the submerging of the surrounding areas. It is usually occur during the rainy seasons where the particular area receives a high rainfall, and due to that the excess water that runs through the channels or tributaries which feed the main river and thereby increasing the volume of the river water, and thereby the river water increases and the surrounding area is being submerged, and that is the flood. And it brings damage to the life, property, and the animals or plants, etc. Some of the measures that can be taken at the flood times are provision of proper forecasting and warnings given to the people, then educate the public about the necessary steps that they can follow during the flood times, then valuable items at their home can be shifted to a safe place so that there is no loss of valuable items. Government and NGOs should assist the public by providing health services, disaster relief or tax reliefs, etc. Then evacuate the people to a safe places, and these are some of the measures that the government can or the people around can follow so that the severity of the floods can be minimized. The next type of disaster is the earthquakes. Earthquakes are sudden movement of Earth's tectonic plates, or the two layers has been shifting, or that can be called as earthquakes. So earthquakes are the sudden movement of Earth's tectonic plates that create the shaking of the grounds, and this can be very hazardous and dangerous because the property itself moves or it falls down, which can cause injury and severe effects in the people. Some of the measures that can be taken during this disaster is people should come out of their houses in such event, and if they are inside the if they are outside, then they can remain there. See that they are moving out or standing in a safe place. So, and then if they are inside the building, see that they are stay in the corners or near the wall, and see that they are not creating a chaos or they are not running around so that it can increase the damage that can be caused. Then those who are driving vehicles should stop and park the vehicle and wait till the vibration ends. So these are some of the measures that they can follow once when they are experiencing this particular type of disaster. Cyclone is another disaster. Cyclone is a large-scale air masses that rotates around a strong center of low atmospheric pressure. Cyclones are characterized by inward spiraling wind that rotates, and these are very powerful storms that measures from 300 to 500 kilometers in diameters. So this is the cyclone type of disaster. And some of the measures that can be followed during this type of event is you can identify a safe building in your area for a safe shelter, so that you are not much affected by the cyclone waves or the cyclone pressure. Then listening to the forecasting and warnings that is being given by the government agencies. And on the coastal areas, a warning should be provided so that people do not go into the sea for all these any fishing activities or other activities. Creating an awareness and giving information among the people around. Storaging the adequate food items so that they are not moving out of their shelter places to avoid the further risk or injuries. And an arrangement of proper arrangement of relief and rehabilitation to the affected people people are some of the measures that can be followed during the cyclone effect. Landslide is another disaster. It is the rapid down slow movement of soil or rocks. Geological matters are moved down or sloped from one another or placed to another. This is called landslide, and this is the severity increases due to the human activities of such as road constructions, clearing of forest areas. All these are the reasons for more landslides that has been happening, and these activities increases the damages and the frequency. These are the activities which is a cause of increasing the damages and frequencies of landslides. And some of the measures that can be followed are: people should provide with places to rearrange themselves to a safe shelter. Then construction of buildings in hilly areas should be permitted on strict regulations, so that proper monitoring is being done on such constructions. Then activities like mining of rocks, extraction of minerals are to be strictly regulated. Water shedding should not be allowed in such sensitive and risky areas. Then proper drainage system are to be provided while making constructions. So when following these measures can reduce the intensity of landslides in those areas, or the severity can be minimized. In short, when we face a disaster or when we face a risk, the four steps that can prepare ourselves is that you need to identify the risk or the disaster should be identified. Then you need to develop a plan. When this is being warned, or if we are getting information about a particular disaster is going to be approached or something, we can prepare ourselves. You can develop a plan how you're going to face if a particular disaster has been happening in our place, so that you can develop a step. Then you can implement and train if the risk has been happened or disaster has been happened. You need to develop the plan. You need to implement the plan. Once we have developed a plan, you need to implement the plan, and you need to train people around, so that you can be a leader in your community. Try to be a leader in your community so that you can, if you have a proper awareness about a particular disaster and how you're going to minimize the risk, or how you're going to protect the people. If you're having a well-defined plan, if you are able to implement that in a proper way along with the government and other agencies, you can minimize the risk that the people is being affected with the particular disaster. So these are the four steps that you can follow, or you can be prepared with a particular disaster. Thank you.